Hello everyone. The title of my research is The Effect of Gameplay and Goal Orientation on Creativity. My name is Jungim Mun from University of Massachusetts, Boston. Many researchers have discussed the important outcomes of creativity. For example, products that are original and useful are more likely to appeal to consumers. And creativity for new product, a strong determinant of new product success. And moreover, consumers are willing to pay higher price for more original product. So creativity gives this differentiation from the competitors in the marketplace. And companies can benefit financially from increases in originality of their product. Prior research have examined the positive effect of game playing, including motor skill, role-playing, and video games on creativity. As an underlying mechanism, cognitive stimulation and physiological arousal have looked. However, to my knowledge, prior research have not looked at the potential underlying link between the level of fun while playing and creative outcomes. Nor has prior research examined the link between the cognitive gains and creativity. Now let's move on to the theoretical background. Classification of game had looked at like this. Primary cognitive, primarily motor skill, and combination-based, such as a joystick controlling a car. And positive effect has been shown to increase creativity. Moreover, fun is related a specific type of positive effect resulting from engagement in certain experiences. Therefore, I predict that a cognitive gain that engendered the greatest degree of fun will lead to the greatest creative outcomes. Taken together, there are three hypotheses. H1 is a cognitive-based gain which engenders a greater degree of fun will result in greater creativity on a subsequent new product development task compared to a cognitive-based gain that engenders less fun. H2, a cognitive-based gain which engendered high degree of fun will result in greater creativity on a subsequent new product development task compared to a control group. H3, individuals who are primed with a process goal orientation for a cognitive-based gain that engendered a high degree of fun will be more creative on a subsequent new product development task than those who are primed with an outcome goal orientation. Here is experiment 1. The purpose is to test H1 and 2. The design was 3 conditions between subject design. 3 conditions of game were shape Sudoku, Rubik's Cube, and control group. Participants were 147 undergraduate students in a large state university. The focal task was idea generation for a new product development, and participants were asked to read the following scenario. Please imagine yourself as a mattress manufacturer. Generate as many creative ideas for a new mattress. It may include a new feature or a new product as well. 2 independent judges who were blind to experimental conditions and hypotheses rated each participant idea. For novelty, 3 7-point scales were used: original, unique, and fresh. For usefulness, 3 7-point scales were used: useful, effective, worthwhile. In order to measure overall creativity, I averaged 3 items of novelty and 3 items of usefulness. Compared to the control group, Shape Sudoku group generated more creative ideas. However, compared to the control group, Rubik's Cube group failed to generate more creative ideas. For the measurement of fun, I used 3 7-point scale: interesting, exciting, and engrossing, and compared to midpoint. Shape Sudoku group enjoyed more fun. However, not significant of fun level for the Rubik's Cube group. Mediation analysis confirmed there was an indirect mediation effect for level of fun. So H1 and 2 are supported. Experiment 1 showed that a cognitive game which engendered a greater level of fun resulted in more creative outcomes compared to a cognitive game that did not engender as much fun. In addition, a cognitive game which engendered high degree of fun resulted in greater creativity compared to a control group. Eventually, experiment 1 showed the importance of fun as a process mechanism for the link between cognitive gain and creativity. Next, post-test was conducted to measure the level of cognitive stimulation for 2 games, Shape Sudoku and Rubik's Cube, which could possibly account for the pattern of result in experiment 1. The design was 2 game conditions between subjects. Shape Sudoku and Rubik's Cube were used. Participant was 42 undergraduate in a large state university. Cognitive stimulation was measured with 9-point scale on 3 items. When I was engaged in the task, I felt that my thinking process was actively stimulated. The task encouraged me to think intellectually. The task facilitated my intellectual functioning. The results showed that there was no significant difference between Shape Sudoku and Rubik's Cube. Post-test showed that cognitive stimulation levels for the 2 cognitive games in experiment 1 were not significantly different. Hence, a central role of fun, not the cognitive stimulation, on creative outcomes for a new product development task still explained the result of experiment 1. Here is experiment 2. The purpose was to examine the effect of goal orientation. The design was 2 conditions between subject design: goal orientation, process focused, and outcome focused. Participants were 81 undergraduate students from a large state university. The focal task given was to design a toy for a child. Participants were asked to read the following scenario. Please design a toy, anything a child of age 5 to 11 can use to play with. 20 shapes can serve as component for your toy ideas. And here are 20 shapes. For the manipulation of goal orientation, process-focused group asked to read the following instructions. Please focus on the process of playing the game. The primary goal is not speed. or how many boxes you can fill in. Final scores will not be computed and distributed. For the outcome-focused group, participants were asked to read the following instructions. Please focus on the outcome of winning. The primary goal is speed and how many boxes you can fill in. Final scores will be computed and distributed. Next, 2 covariates were measured. For mood, pronounce 20 items with a 5-point scale used, including interested, excited, and distressed. For the second covariate, self-efficacy were measured by using 10 items with a 4-point scale. For example, I can always manage to solve difficult problems if I try hard enough. If someone opposes me, I can find the means and ways to get what I want. It is easy for me to stick to my aims and accomplish my goals. Here are examples of toys designed by participants. 2 independent judges who were blind to experimental conditions and hypotheses rated each participant ideas. For novelty, 3 7-point scales were measured: original, unique, and fresh. For usefulness, 3 7-point scales were used: useful, effective, worthwhile. In order to measure overall creativity, I averaged 3 items of novelty and 3 items of usefulness. For process-focused condition, the average was 4. And outcome-focused group, the average was 3.25. So, process condition group generated more creative ideas. In order to measure the level of fun, 3 7-point scales were used: interesting, exciting, engrossing, and the result compared to midpoint. Only process-focused condition experienced the higher level of fun significantly, not outcome-focused condition group. Among covariate, only positive effect was significant. And again, mediation analysis confirmed there is an indirect mediation effect for level of fun. So H3 was supported. The toys designed by participants with a process goal orientation were significantly more creative than the toys designed by participants with an outcome goal orientation. Moreover, the level of fun in the process goal orientation was significantly higher than the outcome goal orientation group. Among covariate, only positive effect was shown to be significant. And again, mediating role of the level of fun was found. Contribution of my research as follows. Theoretically, the current research addresses the effect of cognitive gain on creativity and the role of fun as process mechanism for the pattern of result. Managerial contribution of my research include the ability to provide managers with a timely and cost-effective lever for increasing creative outcomes. Even though it may be costly and time-consuming to change certain aspects of work environment, it is relatively easy for managers to encourage employees to engage in certain forms of unstructured recreation, such as games for a new product development. Thank you for your time.